Julian had always been a family man, a true pillar for his mother, Naomi, and his younger brother, Max. Since childhood, he took on the responsibility of caring for the two after their father passed away when Julian was only 10 years old. Naomi, a strong and determined woman, worked hard to support the family, but the pain of loss never completely faded. Julian, in turn, devoted himself to ensuring that Max had a normal life, even amid the difficult circumstances they faced. However, as the years went by, the pressure on Julian began to accumulate. The responsibility of being the man of the house weighed heavily on his shoulders. He graduated from college and landed a good job at a tech company, but the emotional burden of caring for his family made him feel trapped. Max, on the other hand, had always been a free spirit. Over time, he began to distance himself from home, seeking his own identity, which created a growing rift between the brothers. The relationship between Julian and Max became increasingly tense. Max felt suffocated by his brother's expectations, while Julian worried about Max's lack of direction. Arguments became frequent, and their communication was reduced to brief exchanges of words. Naomi, observing the deterioration of the relationship between her sons, felt powerless. She wished for them to find a way back to each other, but didn't know how to intervene without causing more conflict. One day, while organizing some old documents, Julian stumbled upon a box of family photos. He began to flip through the images, recalling happy moments, vacations at the beach, birthdays celebrated together, and childhood games. Each photo was like a window into the past, filled with laughter and love. However, one particular photo caught his attention, an image of Max, still small, holding a soccer trophy, with a radiant smile on his face. This image brought back memories of a time when things were simpler, and the connection between them was strong. Julian realized he had lost himself in his responsibilities and worries, forgetting how important it was to be present in Max's life. He decided he needed to do something to repair their relationship. After reflecting on the matter, Julian had an idea. He remembered how much Max loved soccer and decided he wanted to take him to see a game of the local team. This would be the perfect opportunity to relax and have quality time together, away from the pressures of everyday life. With a bit of hesitation, Julian invited Max to the game. To his surprise, Max accepted the invitation, although he was somewhat reluctant. On game day, the atmosphere was electric. The energy of the crowd and the enthusiasm of the fans were contagious. Julian and Max sat together, surrounded by other supporters, and as the game began, they allowed themselves to be swept away by the excitement of the moment. During the match, Julian noticed that Max seemed more relaxed. They laughed together, cheering for the team and sharing stories about their experiences with soccer. Julian felt a wave of joy seeing his brother smile, and for a moment, he forgot the tensions that had separated them. The game became more than just a sporting event, it became an opportunity for them to reconnect. After the game, while walking to the car, Max began to open up about his feelings and the pressures he was facing. He spoke about his insecurities and the struggle to find his path. Julian, listening attentively, realized that, although his intentions were good, he had been overly controlling, forgetting that Max needed space to grow and discover who he really was. The dialogue between them was a turning point. Julian shared his own struggles and fears, revealing how much he cared about Max's future. He acknowledged that the pressure he had placed on his brother was unhealthy and that he needed to give Max the freedom to be whoever he wanted to be. The conversation was emotional but also liberating. Both began to understand that they were fighting for similar things, the desire to be happy and successful, but most importantly, the desire to be together as brothers. In the months that followed, Julian and Max started to meet more frequently. They didn't just watch soccer games, they also explored new hobbies together, like photography and cycling. The relationship between the brothers blossomed as they learned to communicate in a more open and honest manner. Julian realized that by allowing Max to have his own autonomy, the love and connection between them grew stronger. Naomi, in turn, was moved to see the change in the family dynamic. She knew her sons were finally finding their way back to one another. The house, which had once been filled with tension, now resonated with laughter and warm conversations. Julian and Max became not only brothers but also friends. One night, while watching a movie at home, Max turned to Julian and thanked him for taking the first step to rebuild their relationship. Julian smiled and replied that, in fact, it was a joint effort. He realized that sometimes people need a little space to grow, but they also need to know they have one another to lean on. Over time, the relationship between Julian and Max transformed into a renewed bond, stronger than ever. They learned that differences and challenges are part of life, but love and understanding are what truly matter. The experience taught them that regardless of the difficulties they face, they can always count on each other. Thus, the story of Julian and Max became a testament to the power of reconciliation and the importance of family ties. They discovered that even after moments of misunderstanding, it is possible to find a way back to love and understanding. And in doing so, they not only strengthened their relationship but also became better versions of themselves. If you enjoyed the story, please like and subscribe.